Hi, again, everybody. My name is Mark. Welcome to the 80-60 rule. I'm 60.
Hello, everyone. My name is Greg. Welcome. Thank you for listening.
And who are you?
Greg, I'm
I
80.
know, 80. You're 80. It's kind of our thing. We do, I'm 60, you're 80. It's like,
Yeah, which is kind of hard. I guess at 80, it's hard to remember that. Uh-oh.
All right. How you doing? What's going on? Last week I mentioned that your beard was getting bushy. Did you get a haircut? It looks
No,
trimmed.
no.
I don't know.
No.
No?
I let it go for another 2 weeks.
Let it go. All right.
That's why I did this, so I don't have to worry.
Grizzly Adams. Okay. All right. So what's on your mind? What's going on?
Well, some things about some sports too. First thing, the Cubs. Actually, they won today. The pitching is developing. I mean, they got a lot of the pitchers they brought in. Some I think should be turning out good for next year. I don't know who, but
yeah.
It's going to be interesting now. About the other hitters, I don't know.
Yeah,
the other players, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot when you look at it, because I would, it's pretty safe to say that next year when the season comes around, a lot of these names that they're experimenting with won't be on the team.
Right.
But some will. I definitely, I hope they re-sign Contreras. I'd like to see that. He's the guy who won the game today with a walk-off, some extra innings, really good game going on today. But they did blow up their bullpen, so we'll see. Traded away a lot of bullpen people. So
Yeah.
when they get to the late innings, it's always like, how they going to do it. But I think, they've been entertaining at least to watch, as opposed to a year ago where it's just depressing,
Yeah.
And then, the races are heating up on the south side. They're trying to hang in over there. You've got your Phillies that you're watching. It'll be interesting to see what happens this last month.
You never know, like with the South Side, they won the first 2 games for the Astros. Everybody's great, and then lose the next 2. The last one, I think, 21-5.
Right. Yeah.
So where are we? You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
We'll see in October for.
Yeah. And then football, your sport.
Yeah. Well, the Bears 2-0 now. No, doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah. I have a hard time getting into preseason too.
Yeah. Well, they have only get 3 games. I think Fields for the Bears, they played them one segment this past week, and that was it.
Just one series of time.
Yeah. It was like, who is this guy? I don't know. I like football, but not like what is it?
Right.
Go to know him in 2 weeks. Oh.
Right, exactly. And then you're just hoping for no injuries or whatever.
Yeah.
I just we do that baseball fantasy thing in my family, and we're getting ready to do the football one. We have the draft coming up on the 2nd of September. So now I have to actually start doing some homework on who I'm going to draft for my football team. I know you're not into that, but it makes me like now pay attention, because now I want to make sure I grab somebody and don't embarrass myself, but
is there a player that you didn't like and you would take?
Yeah. It's all about numbers. You mean, I see. You mean like maybe his character or something?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
What does Lombardi say? Winning is everything, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Who said that? Winning is everything.
Winning's not everything. It's the only thing.
Yeah.
Right. Who said that?
Was it Lombardi?
Davis.
Al Davis.
No, his was just win, baby.
Just win, baby.
Just win, baby. Like, I don't care about all that other stuff. Just win, baby. I think Lombardi was the winning isn't the only thing or whatever. And then Leo DeRozier said, "Nice guys finish last."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at that. All right.
I don't know. I don't know really. It depends. You could be a nice guy, finish first. Nice. It depends.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting though, like when you get somebody that you don't like, he's on your like a Dennis Rodman, then he comes to your house, and then you like him.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You flip right away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, yeah,
Yeah. As fans, we're not proud. If it's our guy, but if he's on your team, we don't like him. Yeah. Oh, the
yeah,
league is
yeah,
filled.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All of them, all sports are filled with guys like that. You love to hate them.
And it's interesting the people that some people don't like. I mean, I don't know this personal level, they might be the nicest people
Right.
around.
Right. Well, I got to tell you, for the longest time, I was not a Joey Votto guy,
Yeah,
but I don't know why. That guy's so cool. He's like the best, Joey Votto.
yeah, 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 yeah. He
Yeah.
complained about everything, like
Yeah. But I don't know why I didn't like him. And now when he's just being exposed with interviews and things like that, it's like, wow, I really like this guy. So it's funny like that, how that goes. One little thing.
well, it helps out to do interviews when you're hitting 210. You got 8 home runs.
Yeah.
You're getting X amount of $1 million. You better be friendly.
You better be, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. You better, yeah, better contribute some way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something. This is an interesting article on baseball gloves. There was an article on baseball gloves. Some people talk to them, some players. Some people put them in their nightstand as they go to sleep. Some people won't let anybody touch them.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, when I was a kid. Yeah, I was very close with my baseball glove. It's like I always knew where it was.
Yeah.
When you're a kid and you play outside all day, there's always that panic at night. It's like, did I bring it in? Where is it? Where is it? In case it rains or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you ever leave a mitt outside? Have a traumatic thing where it rained on when you were a kid, or no?
Well, it wasn't that good enough to realize that enough.
Oh, maybe it would improve the glove, right? Make it a little
Yeah,
more
yeah.
soggy. The ball would stay in, right?
Yeah. It's interesting you say that. I still to this day, like why people just like one-handed. Can you see my hand? One-handed to catch it. I've always been used to the other hand to make sure it stays.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's going like they go like that. I would look to make sure it goes in. I would follow it in.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's an old time thing because I can't think of any time where a guy that I ever saw somebody go like this and then save the catch.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
I don't see that anymore.
No.
For years.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think you're thinking back, like if I'm going back to my childhood, Roberto Clemente, I think was that first one who started not really. He did the basket catch all the time. Remember that one like this, but he didn't do the two-hand thing.
Yeah,
that's going way back.
it's how things change. Yes.
Yeah, but no, I know that people are tight with their gloves. You can't take, don't touch my glove. That's my glove or whatever. I've heard about musicians like that with their guitars.
Oh yeah, no, that's different. I mean, I don't say that's different, but that's more. I could see that.
Yeah, well, I can see people in symphonies. They've got their violin. They're gonna like always know where their violin is.
Oh yeah.
I know that McCartney and people like that always know where his bass guitar is or whatever, because
yeah.
But yeah,
things
baseball
change.
players, I can see that.
How things change, how things evolve.
Yeah.
That may also bring up. It was a very touching. I happened to watch MLB. I just put it on, and all of a sudden they had interviewed Greg. I forgot his name, Elder, whatever. I don't like to say whatever his name is. Greg, who's the studio guy for about MLB. Greg. His name is Greg.
I don't know.
Very deep voice, and he interviewed Jim Cobb.
Oh, okay.
And he said, "Why are you there?" He said, "Well, anesthetic. I don't know the players anymore. I know they're good, but I don't know them." And
oh, you mean he's because he's retiring?
Yeah, because he's retired. So he decided just to hang it up.
Yeah, he quit after like a week ago after the Yankee game, right?
Yeah. He says, I don't know. The only guy I know too, Dusty Baker, I could talk to him all day, but I don't know the other players. So it's time for me to move on.
Well, he's 83,
Yeah,
right? So he's
I
83.
don't know.
Yeah, Jim Cott is 7 years away from 90. So he's had
Oh
not only
boy,
did he had a
Woo.
great,
They did, guy. We got a guy here who knows his math.
yeah, that's 90
3,
minus
7
7.
years from now. That was quick. That was
Yeah.
quick.
So like, not only did they have a fantastic career and a long career as a pitcher, but and you saw him in Philly probably, right?
I don't remember him in Philly.
Maybe he went there at the end. Anyway, but then he's also had a 40-year broadcast career.
Yeah.
And I always thought he was a really good broadcaster. But maybe at that age, it might be hard to. I mean, look at us. We were just talking earlier about how sometimes we see these rosters, especially in September, when people are coming and going, like on baseball or even preseason football. We don't know these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. So kudos to have a long career for broadcasting like that. But yeah, maybe it's time to hang it up if you're not. I thought you mentioned also something he wasn't thrilled with the analytic part of.
Yes. I think personally, I'm not against that stuff, but it's like too much. There's statistics on everything these days. Everything. All they've done is given a lot of jobs to people.
Is they've what?
They've given a lot of jobs to people.
Oh yeah.
I mean, consider this: how many times they hit the second base? How many times or whatever? How many times? It's just like, oh my gosh, come on.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, if the information is there, are you just supposed to ignore it or are you supposed to use it?
Well, I would look at it because I would feel guilty that I didn't look at it. And
That's what I mean.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But sometimes there's just too much in your mind. I mean, like I always think, ball, see ball, hit ball.
Yeah, that's. I guess if you're a player coming up, you could. I'm sure there's a situation where you get a brain lock because they fill your head with, in this situation do this, and that situation.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I always ask myself, what would Henry Aaron have done?
Oh, just played ball, see ball, hit ball. Yeah,
hit ball, say ball, hit ball. It's like they're guessing this and that's come to all they must strike out.
One of my favorite sort of backfiring things with analytics is, well, they'll do the shift, and so if you can just picture this, there's a shift, some sort of weird shift going on, and now all of a sudden there's nobody covering third base. So let's say the batter hits the ball to right center, and it's in the alley, so he's going to get a double out of it. But then don't worry, the story has a good ending. I'll keep you up. I'll keep you awake. So anyway, so he's going for the double. What would traditionally have been a double, now the runner being alert is going, wait, they were in the shift. There's nobody covering third. I can run right over there. I love that when that happens because it kind of makes the team go, okay, we placed our bets on the shift coming through for us. They didn't place their bets on the fact that runner was going to pay attention and be able to scoot over there.
That's right. When I'm surprised, I've talked to some people that they're against that shift. They say that should be allowed. I think, hey, you should do the offense should be able to do something to make them do it by hitting all the time to the other side.
Yeah, but now you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. You just said you don't like the analytics. The only reason the shift exists because they've got the analytics knowing the guy always hits at the right field. So it's like,
no, what I'm saying. So you want to have them do that. You make them hit to the opposite side, so then it'll be more.
Yeah.
So
well, isn't next year? Isn't there a? They're gonna.
Something they're going to do. I don't know.
Yeah, there always has to be, like, if this is second base right over here, there always has to be two infielders on this side and two infielders on this side.
Yeah,
so they can't do the 3-1 or sometimes the 4-1 or 4-0 shift. So there always has to be 2-2. I think that's what they're doing next year.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's the hitters have kind of squawked, and they want more baseball. Traditionally wants more runs, so there's more action. If guys like, I always think of Rizzo. Rizzo's such a, if he hits it to, no, he's a bad example because he sprays the ball pretty good. But if there's a guy who, for the whole, 10 years of his career, has gotten that base hit to short right field, but now they're sticking the third baseman over there. So it's basically the league wanting more offense. The shift will decrease those type of plays. So
Yeah.
that's why
It's just interesting. I just like, it's just like something in what is it? Too much information sometimes.
Yeah.
Let them just play ball.
Paralysis is analysis.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
analysis is paralysis.
Yeah. That's why I think sometimes too much in your brain,
Yeah.
We have over information. I can't read, there's so much out there. So much
Right.
out there. The next
Memory
thing is,
almost full.
I'd
Right.
like to make a comment on Deshaun Watson. I think, first of all, 6 games was not enough. So I thought the NFL would do something. And what did they do? They added 5 games. Big deal. And they gave him $5 million fine. Big
Fine.
deal. Yeah. It should have been a whole year. If you're going to go from 6, you don't go to 11.
Right.
Do the whole season.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's $5 million? Make it with it like somebody else could go, hey, it's going to cost you $20 million if you do something like that.
That's a really good point. It's like, how did they, if it's bad enough, if his, which is, his, I guess crimes, were bad enough to do 11 games, why not just
Take it 1 year. Yeah.
Yeah. People have been suspended for less than that for 1 year. I can't think of any, but I'm sure they were.
Yeah, I mean, not to, I don't know if I'm equating it, but I don't know, not to equate it, but like, who's it? Patisse gets 80 games.
Who's that? Oh, Tatis.
Tatis gets 80 games.
For PEDs. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That's a lot of games. Half a season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just throw it.
Well, but I mean, 11 games is more than half the season.
Yeah.
So, but football's a funny thing. They could look at it as like, okay, going into the 12th week of the season, we've got a healthy quarterback.
Yeah.
And there's not too many teams that can always say that. So
right. I mean, he comes in. All they have to do is stay near 500 or more, a little bit more.
Right.
Then
right.
He takes them to the next.
So that's why.
Let's move on now.
Well, yeah, but a full year would have been a better punishment. Okay, go ahead.
I'm happy to say that the players with a cell phone, Rodolfo Castro, was suspended 1 game and fined an undisclosed amount. What's an undisclosed amount? And the funniest thing is, he said after the game that was unintentional. Cool. He said after the game,
of
what he
course,
did was unintentional.
Well, explain what it was.
He had the phone in his back pocket,
Right.
and it came out. Then he hands it to the coach.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's disrespecting the game.
Right.
Disrespecting his teammates. I'm not like saying the game, but I mean, come on.
Right. Right. Yeah. Like at every job in the world, people go, no cell phones, no cell phone. You know what I mean? In terms of like,
yeah.
In the service industry, every classroom, teachers are going, no cell phones, put your phones away. This baseball player.
And I quite it. Just like if a player is drinking out all night, comes in at 4 a.m. and is hungover, and he's not playing well, or that's disrespecting his teammates.
Right.
That's
right.
What
I just pictured. I'd love to know what was on his phone last. Right. What was on his phone where he had to throw it in his pocket because he was going up to bat? Who was he texting? What was going on there?
Yeah.
Get some forensics
But
evidence.
if there was
on
a
there.
problem, he would have alerted the team. The team would have say, "This is what happened. Go home or whatever."
Oh, no, it wasn't a problem. It was his
No.
girlfriend or it was a
Yeah,
bookie. One of the
exactly,
two. Or
exactly.
not a bookie, but FanDuel
I
or
think
something.
there's, Mark, I think there's some things that I saw in, different articles. Did you know? And I'd like to discuss a couple of them, okay? This
Great.
is, a recent study found out about a quarter of the public charging outlets for electric vehicles in San Francisco were not working. This is a city government, a quarter of their vehicles are not working. How is the service, how is the service provided for the constituents with that?
So just so I'm clear what you're talking about, you're talking about like charging stations for electric vehicles?
Yes, yes,
A quarter of them weren't working?
yes.
All right, who did the study? Is it like a reputable study people?
Well, I don't know, like, it's,
I don't know. Yeah, that
maybe
would be a
that was-
problem. That would be a problem, right? You're running low on because I've told you before, I really want to get one, but you're running low on juice and then you pull up and it's out of order. What do you do?
yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
What do you do? Unless maybe they'll develop some sort of little temporary things, almost kind of like the equivalent of a gas can in our, we have a gas can in our car in case we run out. We're gonna walk 5 miles to the gas station and come back. We always see people like that on the expressway or whatever. Maybe they'll have some sort of little mini thing that you can use
Why
to
don't you
get.
think of that and take it to Shark Tank,
I'll take it to Shark Tank. All right.
okay?
Yeah, but I think I'm
No, I'm
onto
serious, I'm
something here.
serious. You know, you
Yeah.
gotta think of different things, but it's just interesting to me where 25% of them are not working, like, and then the thing is, where are they not working?
Yeah,
What
Right.
areas?
right. Exactly.
Right. But
Yeah.
I mean, we're
We
supposed
could
to
look at
be-
it as, hey, at least 75% are. So, on the bright side.
Yeah, on the bright side, yeah, it could have been, yeah. Another one here, this gets me, about people these days, or that, I don't know, 67% of 13 to 17-year-olds in the United States use the social media app TikTok. 67%. That means that's what they're doing. They're not maybe watching TV, or they're not
Yeah.
studying, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's probably higher than 67, and it's probably right around maybe 50% of adults as well. So I don't think it's limited to just that 13 to 16-year-olds. But it's addictive. I know that it's really addictive. It's
It's funny. It's funny. I think it's
yeah,
amusing.
it can be funny and everything like that. But that's what they're on. Yeah, parents are. Last week we talked about homework, right? About
Right.
homework. It's really a battle for parents to keep kids off of stuff, to focus on when we were growing up, it was keep the kids off TV. All right, I'll give you 2 hours of TV tonight, but then you got to do your homework or whatever when you got home from school. Now it's forget about TV. That thing doesn't even get turned on. It's all your phone.
Yeah.
So it's a huge battle. It's a huge battle,
Yeah.
but the number is probably higher. It's pretty. It's
just interesting how,
once you
yeah,
pick it
yeah.
up, it's hard to put it down. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask another thing I have here, which is interesting. I find out somehow we should do something better, somehow to make it.
Hey, wait,
work.
let me ask you, what did you? I used to watch Gilligan's Island when I came home from school. What did you watch? What anything?
Bandstand.
Bandstand. Oh yeah, Philly guy.
I learned how to dance with Dick Clark and Jessica. Bandstand.
All right.
Yeah, Bandstand. Channel 7, ABC.
All right. Good.
Bandstand.
All
You
right.
know? I learned how I kept watching Bandstand. Okay.
All right.
Justine Corelli. I don't remember her name.
That was the hottie on Bandstand.
Yeah, Justine Corelli.
Justine Corelli. All right.
Bob Clayton,
Bob Clayton.
I think.
Bob Clayton and Justine Corelli. All right.
Yeah, that was when I was 16.
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
My
right.
gosh.
Yeah.
Is that how many names you remember? Huh?
Yeah. Well, she obviously left
I mean,
an impression.
no, because they were always featured.
Yeah. right.
were the 2 or 3 or 4 people that were regulars there,
Yeah, okay,
And I
all
watched
right.
Dick Clark, and he went to that watched with New Year's Eve,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
He
yeah,
was from my area,
right, right. Did he,
10
so
minutes,
did
10
he,
miles away.
did he grow up in Philly too?
Yeah, I don't know that, but he lived in
Oh,
Philly. I mean, he
yeah,
lived
I
near
know he
my
lived
area.
there. And I know that's where the show was from. Ours was Gilligan's Island. I remember that. And then also living in around the Chicago area, it was coming home to the afternoon Cub games from Wrigley Field after school.
That's
We
how
ran,
GM. That's how GM. That's how it comes.
yeah, it
I
became
didn't.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
right, right.
So I come home and watch the 18. As I got older.
The A team?
Yeah, BJ correct. BJ, whatever.
No, BA
Maracas.
something. The BA stood,
Maracas.
yeah, BA Barack stood for bad attitude. BA.
I met him one day at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel
Who?
in the
Mr. D?
dining room. Yeah, yeah. And I would take little kids, my daughter and my neighbor's kids, or classmates, see see where he lived. He cut down the trees, and I would
Yeah.
take him to see where Home Alone was filmed.
Oh, okay.
And when that got, I would take him to see Michael Jordan's house.
Oh, okay. And Michael Jordan's house was Highland
Highland
Park?
Park, yeah,
Yeah.
Willow, I forget, like Big 23,
Big 23 on the gates? Yeah.
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 You gotta entertain the kids.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
Well, next I'd like we okay on this one is the Department of Agriculture estimates $161 billion worth of food is dumped yearly into landfills.
Timer there. How many?
161 billion worth of
Wow.
food is dumped early into landfills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just if we could cut that by 25%, we've done something.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a huge waste of food. When you look around the world, that's something that can be solved. That can be solved.
Yeah.
But right now we're all, the whole world is basically in a drought. So as far as, food and water is a big challenge for the next century.
There's another thing too. We
Okay.
talk about our country and Indonesia, the world's 4th most populous country, and the democracy is in the process of implementing regulations to demand removal of online speech that officials consider a disturbance to society or public order.
Oh, dangerous. So that's Indonesia, a democracy. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just interesting. I just bring that up. It's just interesting how other countries.
Well, it applies here too. Applies here. We've got about 5 minutes left, so I don't know what you want to do. Do you want to do the New York Times quiz or?
Yes, let me say that one thing in 30 seconds, okay?
Yeah.
Again, I feel I have much sympathy for the people of Afghanistan. August 15th of this year was the 1-year anniversary of the control of Afghanistan from the Taliban went into the capital of Kabul, and some people are there's peace there after 40 years, which is good now. Other things, women's rights have been rolled back, barring girls from secondary schools, journalists and actors critical have been detained or disappeared. One kid says, "My house has become my world. I used to go out, I had freedom, but not anymore."
Yeah. So on the bright side, 1 year since we withdrew officially, and we haven't lost anybody, since then over there. But on the other hand, it's not exactly a thriving democracy over there. Yeah.
All right. Well, just leave it at that. That's let me give you some clues that we can discuss. Director of the I'm going to give you the answer. I'm going to give you the answer. Rochelle Walensky.
This is like password when you say the answer instead of the clue when you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The call for major changes at her agency to address the shortcomings. What was what agency? Center for Disease Control, Department of Homeland Security, Environmental Protection Agency, FBI, Internal Revenue Service.
Yeah, it's the CDC, Center for Disease
Right,
Control.
right.
They're trying to revamp to get their the integrity back.
It's interesting after all these years again, like when they got a, I don't know,
Well, they do thousands of things, so it's kind of unfair to just say, you know.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Liz Cheney, what happened in his primary? She won by 37 points. She won by 3 points. She lost by 3 points. She lost by 37 points. She failed to make the primary ballot.
She lost by 37 points.
Right. Which African country declared a winner of its presidential election this week, despite the refusal by most of the country's election commission members to verify the results?
Oh, I didn't hear this one. What are the, you got any choices?
Yes, that would help. Thank you.
Yeah.
You get no choices. But what's the answer? Egypt, Ethiopia, Kenya, Libya, or South Africa?
Ethiopia.
Kenya.
Kenya. Okay. All right.
The Norwegian authorities this week made the decision to kill Frigga, 1,300-pound mammal whose presence had attracted crowds. What kind of animal was she? A cow, an elephant, a horse, a walrus, or a whale?
Whale.
Walrus.
All right.
All right.
Walrus, whale, whatever.
They'll just say whatever. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a manuscript. What medical device did the FDA approve this week to be sold over the counter? This is monumental. Blood pressure monitors, CPA machines, hearing aids, medical walking boot, pacemaker.
Wow, I didn't hear this one either.
Yeah. They changed FDA.
All those I would have thought didn't need. So one of those need. Gee, I thought they were all like available already.
No.
Oh, I guess. Read the first one.
Blood pressure monitors.
That you can get over the counter.
Yeah. CPA machines. I don't know what that means.
I think that's for the sleep apnea thing. Isn't that the big mask? Oh, I bet
Hearing
that's
aids.
it. That's it. Number 2.
Hearing aids.
Oh, so you couldn't just buy a hearing aid? You had to.
Oh, either yeah. You have to go through not over the counter. You couldn't.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Okay, interesting.
That's why we have the test.
Yeah. See, we learned something.
Yeah. Helping you out.
Thank you.
To get to be better prepared with.
What was the answer for the last one?
Better prepared when you're 80.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
What is the name of HBO's new Game of Thrones prequel series, which premieres this weekend? No, either did I. I don't know. House of Dragon, Journey to Mordor, Prince Caspian Returns, Spice of Arrakis, Tattoo's First Jedi.
I would say curb your Game of Thrones.
House of Dragon.
Oh, okay. All right.
Some of the things I don't know where we're getting from, but it's in there. Huh?
Yeah. Is that it?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, well, that's perfect because we're just about out of time here. So, were you a Game of Thrones guy the first time around?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know.
I never watched was this a Scissors guy? Was this a Scissors Hand or Star Wars or anything like that?
Oh, okay. Star Wars, yeah, I can handle that, but I'd need like a really big snowstorm and I'm snowed in for like 2 weeks to watch Game of Thrones. Like, I think that's how I would have to watch it. I couldn't just kind of sit down and go, oh, this looks like interesting. I'd need to be locked in like almost.
Did you watch? We don't talk about it. Did you watch Better Call Saul?
No, you said that. Yeah. And that's one that I think actually, I think this winter we're gonna binge that one. Because
I'll
winter
tell you
time
this,
just,
if I could tell you that, I won't tell you the end yet, I'm not telling you the ending. But what they did at the end, when it was over, the actors there thanked us for being with it, for watching
oh,
it.
thanked you, the viewer.
Viewer, yes.
Cool,
It was
cool.
very nice. It was very nice
Here's-
because it was like 6 years. I already watched it the past years or whatever.
Oh, okay. Here, so did you watch, and you watched Breaking Bad the first go around?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Here's a little trivia question just to wrap up the show.
Sure.
I don't know if you, it's not even a trivia question. It's just a bit of information. So, I'm drawing a blank on his name now. Breaking Bad.
Bryan Cranston,
Bryan
Aaron.
Cranston.
Aaron Paul.
Right. So Bryan Cranston, and then Better Call Saul is who?
Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk. Those two guys were also boyfriends of Elaine Bennis on Seinfeld. So both those two guys played the part of Elaine's boyfriend
Oh
at
yeah,
different
yeah.
times on Seinfeld. So
And
it's
I watched Seinfeld, but not like I didn't watch every one because I just didn't. Because it was a funny show, but I don't know why, But
yeah. Well, I've seen all of them like 10 times. My grandson, I've got a 10-year-old grandson. He's into it now, and he
Yeah.
calls me up. He calls me up and goes, he'll like quote lines and stuff. He's really into it.
what
which I
what
think-
what did Odenkirk and a guy named Jonathan Banks and the guy named Gustavo really, really, and even Carol Burnett was in the last show
Really?
too.
A Better Call Saul?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow, cool.
yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, definitely. We're gonna binge that one. But hey, we've got to wrap this up. It's really nice talking to you.
We had a good discussion, huh?
Yeah, it was good. Hey, anybody out there, if you could subscribe to us down below there and leave us a comment. We're doing the best we can, and we really appreciate anybody who's watching. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Greg.
Take care. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice week.
All right. Let me end this so it doesn't, and then I'm going to call you on the phone.
Thank you. That's usually that's one way to get me.